Hey guys, how's it going? Prime Collections here. So it seems that Funko decided to reveal a bunch of new sodas today. We're going to get into each one of those. But one thing I did want to talk about is what's happened over the weekend. And a big talking point is the NYCC reservation debacle. I want to get into all that. I want to talk about that all the day, but let's not hesitate. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get into these topics in the world of Funko today. So let's first talk about the NYCC reservation debacle they had that happened yesterday. You had probably, oh God knows, thousands of people hit this website simultaneously all at once at a specific time, not only for Funko reservations, but for exhibitions and general autograph signings, because New York City Comic Con is one of the biggest conventions of the year, and it's no shock that their servers could not handle the amount of traffic that happened. With that, they were constantly putting out updates and pausing the queue throughout the entirety of this process. Some people were sitting there for 3 or 4 hours. And they even put out updates on their Twitter basically saying, we are continuing to pause and unpause the queue as the engineering team works through the server issues. Each time Thuzy sees an issue, the entire process is paused to ensure no one loses their place in line within the system. Once we're confident the system is working the way it's intended, we will provide another update. Please make sure you're using the link provided via social, email, and our website, and not the link in the app. What was going on is the link in the app was actually leading them to the previous con's webpage. So 2021's webpage was being loaded up if you decided to click the link in the app. So that's where they were letting people know not to do that. So throughout this process yesterday, you had people not even be able to get through the queue to get into any reservation slots. You had people getting through, and you had a lot of people truly upset about this. At the end of it all, through the first day, NYCC actually addressed this. They stated, they go, today we had tens of thousands of fans hit our reservation page simultaneously. We were under the impression the servers could handle the volume, but errors resulted in extremely long wait times, and for that we apologize. I find that statement laughable, first of all, that they even thought that they could handle it without the extra server space. Each time Thuzy saw an issue, the entire process was paused to ensure no one lost their place in line within the system. The fans who were let into the reservation site were the first folks in line and were able to get through the process. We continued to pause and unpause the system as server issues continued. We recognize this isn't up to our standards and know that this took valuable time out of your days. We appreciate your patience. Reservations will reopen this week once all server errors have been fixed. We will post on social and our website when we have the new date when they will go live. So with that being said, a lot of people yesterday were extremely angry about how this was handled. And I even stated NYCC should have been prepared for this kind of traffic. You had lots of people who were invested in this, and unfortunately, they were not prepared. But they did provide an update today for people who are still planning on trying to go and get reservations. It says, hey, NYCC fans, we wanted to give you a quick update that the team is working on resolving yesterday's issues to get reservations back up and running successfully. We will have an answer tomorrow on the new date and time they will go live. If you were able to successfully make your reservations yesterday, you'll be able to keep them. At this time, no reservations are completely full, and all panel exhibitor exclusives and private autographing sessions will be available on a first come, first served basis. More to come tomorrow. In the meantime, we still have some incredible announcements coming your way today. So, what this essentially means is that there's still a lot of spots or spaces open for people to go ahead and get into the things that they want to experience. It was pretty obvious that with the amount of pauses they had yesterday, that none of these were going to be completely filled. And this is great for people who were concerned about the fact that they had just spent hundreds of dollars on going to a convention and not being able to experience anything that they paid to see. So I am happy that people are able to get into stuff that they want to, and that NYCC is working to resolve this problem, and that they are trying to make it right for the people who are attending. So that is at least a positive to take away from what was essentially a giant cluster on the part of New York City Comic Con. And then I talked about, guys, about the fact that Funko is putting out essentially an entire new soda wave today. They advertised a bunch of new stuff, and I want to cover every single one of those here, so let's get right into it. Right off the bat, they showed Stretch Armstrong. This was a toy back in, I want to say, the early 80s, early 90s. They're making it a pop form here. It's got, not too high piece counts. None of these really have high piece counts. 15,000 is the highest. Probably won't get this one. I don't have too much to say on it. And then got a Ted Lasso soda. They've been doing a lot more Ted Lasso stuff lately. This is still a show I have not actually watched, so maybe I'll have to check it out because it seems to be putting out a lot of stuff in the world of Pops, and it may actually be enjoyable because people seem to be enjoying the fact that they're putting this stuff out. We then got a Squid Game soda. This is the main character from Squid Game. Um, I actually prefer the common to the chase of this because the common version, he is holding a can't remember the name of it, but he had to essentially cut out a shape out of this without breaking it, and I thought that that was a really cool detail for the common. The chase, he's just covered in blood, so for me, I prefer the common of this. We then got a Star Wars Padme Amidala. If I was gonna get this soda, I would just want the chase because it's essentially the same figure, just with a metallic paint job. It is a cool piece, but as I said, the chase is very underwhelming. We then got a Ron Swanson soda. This one's awesome just because Ron Swanson is an amazing character. I haven't watched too much Parks and Recreation, but this is definitely one of my favorite characters just based upon compilations that I've seen on YouTube. We then got a Demogorgon soda for you Stranger Things fans. This is really well done. They've got it closed mouth and then open mouth when it's the chase. I wish the chase did glow in the dark because that would have been a cool little feature. We then got a Boruto soda. It is Sarada. For me, I'm not a big fan of this because it's another one of those where it's, oh, we're making a metallic variant of the exact same figure. There's absolutely no changes. So I may or may not get this one for my Boruto line. We also got a Suyu from My Hero Academia to where she's going from normal to invisible, but this is another case of a repaint job, and they could have easily made this one glow in the dark or do something a little bit different. So for me, this one's a little bit lackluster, and I don't know if I'd be picking this one up either. As well as they also released the Wampa 3-liter yesterday on the Funko shop. It is actually still available today, and you can actually pick up to 10 of these. Yesterday you could only get 2, so they actually increased the limit after a full 24 hours. So if you didn't get this, you can still get your hands on it as it's available at the Funko shop. And really quick, guys, before I go ahead and end the video here, something I kind of want to bring up. We're just about a week away from NYCC, from New York City Comic Con. People are still having trouble with reservations. We have not had any more information on the Box of Fright, and we've got an NFT drop. We're supposed to have the Box of Fright drop, and we're supposed to have NYCC drop all next week, and a lot of things are still unfinished. So I don't know if it's Funko purposely doing it this way, or if they're having a lot of struggles in general, but it's very interesting to see how this has been handled. Hopefully we get some more information on the Box of Fright. As soon as we do, I will put out a video so you guys can have as much of that as you want as possible, because I am too curious and I am wanting to see when this drops, what's going to be in it, and how much it's going to cost. So hopefully we get that information soon. As always, guys, thank you so much for sitting through the entirety of the video. I appreciate it very much. We got to see some new sodas. NYCC was a cluster, but they're trying to fix it. And hopefully we get some information on the Box of Fright going forward next week. If you wouldn't mind doing me one more small favor before you go, if you would please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out tremendously. And as always, I will see you guys later.